Hey everybody, just want to take a moment to create this video real quick of something that's just kind of been eating at me actually for a little bit. And now I won't even say eating at me, but just kind of helping drive me. And there's been some confirmations that have happened that I wanted to share as well. Some of the things that I've heard over actually just this morning. So the first thing is I was listening to some videos, watching some videos on YouTube, and one of them referenced Proverbs 18:16. And that scripture talks about your gifts making room for you and then putting you before great men. And I thought about that and all the things that we've been talking about as far as reaching our goals, pursuing our dreams, all those different things, and how that really feeds into it. And I'll get into that a little bit more in just a minute. But then I also had some additional confirmation. It was another brother, a preacher, that got on and he just spontaneously did a video. It was actually Brandon Woodard. And he was wondering who all it was affecting. And I pretty much watched the whole video because one of the things that he talked about was what we're focused on as far as when we are pursuing our gifts. What is our focal point? Is our focal point on what the end result is going to be, or just the pursuing our gifts, living in our gifts, taking what God is giving us and just doing it and letting God deal with the results? And that kind of went into everything that I was thinking about as well. Is, you know, a lot of times I'm looking at, and I'm sure we're looking for likes, we're looking for, you know, views, all those other things, versus just focusing on the message. And that's kind of where that took me, is stop worrying about how many people click on your video, because there are people that are watching you that you don't even know. And they just happen to say something to you about a video that you've done, and you didn't even realize they had seen the video. And it's just awesome for that. But even if you never get that confirmation, don't stop, because it's not about all of that. It's about what are you pursuing? Why are you pursuing what you're pursuing? So that brings us back to our goals and our dreams. So we talk about our gifts. We, at some age, kind of start figuring out what our gifts are. Now, the question is, when you figure out what your gift is or are, and then we decide that we want to go through and pursue a dream or some type of a goal, do they mesh? For example, if you are a great cook or you cut hair better than anybody else, why are you pursuing accounting? Those things don't mesh. You know, why are you trying to open up a clothing store? That's not where your gift is. Figure out where your gift is, what it is that, and I use the word passion, but I use it lightly, but I do want you to think about what you're passionate about, what it is that you want to do more than anything else. And it brings you satisfaction every time you do it. So why can't you take that, or why can't we take that and put that on a different level? Put that into a goal and figure out, how can I take what it is that I'm thinking about, what I'm dreaming about, and make this into a career, into a business? And I see some people doing that where, yes, you're a great baker. So now all of a sudden you're selling your baked goods. Awesome. You're a great t-shirt designer. Awesome. You're selling t-shirts, you know, speaking, whatever it is, you interact with kids. You're a great counselor. You're with that counseling, you go and you pursue some type of a counseling degree, become a psychologist. But whatever it is, it lines up with your gift. And that's very, very important when we're going in and making sure that we're doing what God has gifted us to do. Like for me, I'm not a barber. If I would have been, I would have cut my hair by now. But that's not my gift. So I go to someone whose gift that is, and I let them do that. So I pursue the things that I'm gifted in, that I feel that I'm gifted in. And once again, those are the things that you move forward in. Yeah, we all have, man, it would be great if I could go in and do, silk screen designs, if I could come over and be in architecture, whatever, all these different areas. Yeah, it sounds great. It may even be fun to dabble in, but that's not your gift. Whatever your gift is, That's where you should be pursuing. So yes, we're all in different careers for one reason or another. The money was good. It was easy to get into. But for a lot of us, when that alarm clock goes off in the morning, we're not happy about it. It's like, okay, now I got to go into work. I got to deal with people I don't want to deal with anymore. All these negative thoughts starts to come up. If that's our routine every morning, then we're not in the right position. We need to figure out where it is that we need to be. We need to figure out what our gift is and how can I now take the gift that I have and turn that into what I do for a living. So there's so much that's out there. There's so much that's in us. I did a blog the other day talking about that. As far as everything that we need is already inside of us. All we have to do is tap into it. We just have to simply go in and pursue those gifts and those dreams that God has given us and make those things come to pass. We have to stop being scared. We have to go out and realize there's going to be some sacrifices that have to be made. Some things are going to be comfortable. Some things are going to be hard. But if we understand that what we're pursuing is bigger than us, because the gift that we have is not for us to hold on to. There's scripture talking about taking, you being the light of the world. Who takes a light and puts it underneath a lampshade or puts it underneath a bucket so you don't even shine? You have all of this inside of you, but nobody sees it. Allow your light to shine. I think it was Miles Monroe that had mentioned, and I think I've said it before, fruit trees, any type of tree that produces anything that we eat, it's not for the tree. An apple tree does not eat apples. An orange tree does not eat oranges. Walnut trees don't eat walnuts. They produce them for everybody else. And that's what our gifts are. Our gifts are not for us to hold on to so nobody can benefit from them. Our gifts are to go in and spread them throughout the world so that other people can benefit from our gifts. Now, once again, that still takes us back to letting God deal with the results. If you're working in your gift, then work in your gift. You know that you're gifted in that. You love kids. You love seniors. You love helping people. Whatever it is, go into that gift. Let God produce the results. He's going to put you in the lane that you need to be in. He's going to open up the doors that need to be opened for you. He's going to take that gift and nurture that gift and allow it to bloom to something beyond all that you could ever think of. So don't be afraid to step out and pursue what you have inside you. Because I know we all have something that just burns on the inside of us because we're not able to do it. Or we're not pursuing it. We're comfortable where we are. But we still have that gnawing in our gut that knows that this isn't where I need to be. There's more for me to do and I need to go and do it. So what's stopping you? Yes, I understand. We have families. We have responsibilities. All those things. That's great. So I'm not telling you just to go out and just say, okay, I quit and now I'm going to pursue this. No, everything takes planning. But if you don't start planning, you don't get anywhere. So the first thing you need to do is go ahead, write it down. And if you have a bunch of different things that are inside of you, write them down and start to filter it out. See what your gifts truly are. And you may see a pattern of all these things and they all lead you to doing this. Now we talk about during this COVID time, people going in and, bettering themselves. Well, what are you going to better yourself in? Right now is a great time to do it. So if you need to go back to school, what are you going back to school for? If you need some additional training, what are you getting training in? Are you learning a new language because that's going to benefit in the hospitality world that you're in? What are you going back to school for? What trade are you picking up? Is it in the field that you're currently in, or does it help with the gift that God has given you? What direction are you going to go in? But once again, it all starts with planning. If it's just in your head, it's going to remain a dream and it's going to continue to gnaw at you. But if you go out and you start to pursue it, you write those things down, write the vision, make it plain. That's biblical too. Go out there, write it down, filter it down. Once again, figure out what your path needs to be. Because if you're not in it, get in it. Do it. We only come around this earth one time. God is giving us special gifts that are just for us. We hear songs, we people say it all the time. What God has for me, it is for me. So what are you waiting on? If it's for you, do it. Because once again, when you find your gift and you flourish in your gift, it's going to benefit other people. Now, also, just by you pursuing your gift, you're going to inspire people to also pursue their gifts. So that's partially why I'm doing this, is because I feel that all the things that I've been through in my life, the experience that I have kind of leads me in this direction. So that's why I'm continuing to pursue it. But once again, my focus was how many views I got, how many hits on my website I get, all those different things. And that's not for me. I'm not going to worry about that. Yeah, it's great to hear comments. It's great to see likes, all those things. But my passion, my drive is to put messages out there to inspire people. So once again, people may look at it and I don't even know, but that's okay, because if it helps that person to go in and now pursue what they want to do, then I've accomplished my job. I don't have to physically know that it happened, but as long as it's happening. So I'm going to let God deal with that end of it. That's not for me to go in and worry about. So my goal, my purpose is to once again inspire. So that's why I've set up the things that I have. And that's why I do videos like these, because as things come to me, I want to spread them to you. So once again, your gift is going to make room for you. So think about it. Real simple scenario. If you're sitting on a couch, no, even better, take a balloon. A balloon is a really small item. But as that balloon begins to fill up with what it's able to be filled up with, it expands. It's making room. That's what our gift is going to do for us. As we begin to pursue it, that gift is going to expand. The opportunities are going to expand. The gift is going to grow and it's going to benefit you and others. So don't be afraid to let your gift make room for you. It may be uncomfortable, like a seed. A seed has to bust out of its shell first before it can flourish, before it can become a flower or a tree or whatever it is. But it has to start in a shell and it has to break through that pressure. Now think about the seed that you plant in the ground. This seed not only has to fight against the shell, or I shouldn't say the seed, the gift inside of the seed has to break through the shell that is containing it. Then it has to break through the ground that is also holding it down. Then once it breaks through all of that, now it begins to flourish. We all then see the results of all the struggle that gift inside of that seed had to go through. But because it went through it, now it's better. It's beautiful. It begins to produce more fruit than what it started out with. There's a saying that I heard, and I can't remember who said it, but the saying was, you can count the number of seeds in an apple, but you can't count the number of apples in a seed. So you never know that little seed, what is that seed going to produce? Because from that seed comes a tree. From that tree comes fruit. In that fruit is additional seeds. In that seed is more trees. More trees produce more fruit. So we're looking at an exponential growth as far as what a single seed can do. You are that seed. Go through the struggle that it takes to get to where you need to be so that the fruit that you have to produce, other people can see, other people can benefit from. So don't be afraid to go through the struggle. It's worth it. If a seed didn't go through if a tree didn't go through the struggle of the seed, then we wouldn't have all the wonderful fruit, vegetables, all those different things that we benefit from. But once again, the item itself does not live off of it. It produces it for us. So let's produce what we have for other people. But once again, don't be afraid of the struggle that's going to come through, because it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. So let's get busy. I appreciate you guys taking the time. This video went a little bit longer than I expected it to, but I kind of got caught up into the moment. So let's get busy. Let's pursue our dreams. Let's go and once again find our gifts before we start pursuing our dreams, because our gift and our dreams need to line up. Don't do something that's out of the realm of your gift, because that may not be where you need to be. You need to be where your gifts are telling you this is where you can flourish. So once again, if you want to reach me, all the information that you need to contact me is on my webpage. So go to wordsbywimberly.com. Of course, you can always find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Same thing, Words by Wimberly, Words by Wimberly. And then, of course, if you find me on LinkedIn, LinkedIn is Michael Wimberly. But once again, let's get out. Let's do what we need to do. Let's find our plan. Let's find our gift, create a plan, and pursue our dreams. Ready, set, go.